Hi guys, yesterday I was watching TV and I happened upon a programme that really brought back some memories for me. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the programme and then tell you my story. So I really enjoy watching the criminal crime investigation channel. I can't remember what it's actually called. It's CI. In the little box it says CI. And I happened upon this story and I only caught it halfway through, which I'm really gutted about. But I kind of caught it where this girl was getting messages on MySpace. Her name was Meier, and basically her mum went out. She told her to get off MySpace. She didn't get off. When she got home, she was calling her and she was upset 'cause she was getting messages from this person that she was supposed to be dating. And they were saying no one likes you, get out of town, blah blah blah. They're being very, very nasty. They were getting all people from Megan's school to also send her really, really nasty messages. The mum got home, the girl was in such a state, she let her cool off in her room for about 20 minutes and something inside her made her go upstairs, and sadly Megan had hung herself. Sorry, it's quite sad. So her mum set up a foundation called the Megan Meier Foundation. Please have a look. This is based in the US, but I'll try and see if there's anything based here too. But it's brought up cyberbullying, and you know, I went through bullying and I wanted to do this video. When I was in year 9, I think it's 13 or 14, I had a small group of friends and we were all quite gothic and we got on quite well, and then I can't even tell you what went wrong or what happened, but they were horrible to one of the girls and I stayed with one of the girls, so it ended up being me and her and then the group. Then I stupidly, when I was out with another friend, started speaking to them and got back friendly with them. Then, you know, I got her friendly with them again, and that was kind of one of the mistakes, I guess. This was back in the day of MySpace, and Facebook didn't exist, so it's MySpace and when you used to make your own websites. So I had a few of my own websites and you have a guest book on there, and I'd get like really nasty comments. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but yeah, I used to get really nasty comments. Now I don't think these affected me that badly. I genuinely can't remember. They probably did and I probably blocked it out. But I didn't know who they were and I just kind of got on with stuff. They kind of knew me. I assumed it was this lad that I knew and kind of just got on with stuff. And all I can remember out of the whole story is that carried on. And then there was a day we were filming for Channel 4. We were filming I think they were called 4 Minute Wonder, something like that. And it was a video about one of the lads that I knew loving Marilyn Manson and being his #1 fan or something like that. And they were supposed to come and pick me up on the way and they didn't. So I phoned them and I was like, oh, well, where are you? And they put the phone down and they were laughing and stuff. So I thought nothing of it, and obviously my mum had some kind of like mother intuition and was like, don't go. And I was like, well, of course I'm going to go. I was nervous and upset that they didn't come and get me, but I was like, well, fuck that, I'm going. And prior to this, I'd realised they were like, no, you can't do it, there's no more space to do it, blah, 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 blah. And then the guy that was doing it come around and was like, oh, do you want to be in it? I was like, of course. So that day I then met up with them and everything seemed like okay. I didn't sense any weird vibes until a bit later on. So we kind of filmed. It so happened that me and another girl and his friend, this guy and his friend were put in, we were interviewed a bit like more in depth, and they didn't like it, so I don't know. Later on in the day it was still fine. I mean, we were hanging out, and then all I remember is taking one of the girls home because she didn't feel very well, and by the time I'd got home and I was in my room, I got a text message. It said, no one likes you, you're horrible, blah blah, no one likes you. And I remember just bursting into tears, and I got onto the computer, went to one of the boys and I was like, why she said it? And they were like, oh, we didn't want to tell you, but you know, it's kind of, they haven't liked you for a while. And so yeah, that happened. And then the next day at school, it was really weird. I mean, I don't think the people that were my friends wanted me around. So basically, it was weird. All I remember is going into school and one of the girls, like the ringleader, like saying stuff. And I just remember vividly in my English class going, fuck off, shut the fuck up. And my teacher was saying, you know, you've got to come back in. I was like, I am never coming back. So prior to this, my mum had given me my key and said, leave school if, you know, if you're worried, if you're upset. I was in a state before, but I wasn't, at that point, I wasn't going to let them get to me. You know, I'd been crying because literally, like, your friends, like your world, you know, it's the be all and end all at school, isn't it? So, yeah, it was really weird. They kind of left me out. Like, I remember now, like, there was times that they'd say, right, okay, we'll wait for you, and they never did. Then I'd find them and then they'd be all giggly and, like, nasty. And that was my last day at school because I just couldn't go back. I think more happened, but I genuinely think you kind of block it out. But I didn't let them get to me in the way Megan did. I don't blame her for doing what she did. It's such a sad thing that she couldn't speak to someone, but I had my mum, and my mum pulled me out of school. They didn't care, you know, not that they didn't care about my education because they made sure that was sorted, but I never went to another school ever again. I've taught myself. I'm not saying that's the correct way of doing it, but in my area it wasn't worth going to any other school. So I home educated myself and I went to a private college as well. Now I will leave details of the private college because they do take you while you're younger. I was 14 or 15 and they took me. It is expensive. They are called St Albans Tutors, but a lot of people go there. You can simply take your GCSE exams there, so you can sit them there. Yes, you have to pay, but a lot of people that are bullied go there. I mean, I was quite happy there. I had issues there as well with one girl, but you know, I think there's like nasty girls everywhere, you know, that are just gonna pick on someone. So kind of what I recommend doing is please speak to your parents. I wish now, I sometimes wish, I told one of them, I was like, my dad told me to grab you by the neck, smash a bottle and, you know, threaten you. And part of me sometimes wishes, God, I wish I'd just threatened them, but then I'm sinking to their really shitty, pathetic behaviour. But you get to the point, and I don't blame people when they do snap and, you know, punch someone for like calling them names. I've seen it happen. I saw it happen at school all the time. People did it to me and I just turn around and give them a slap, like there'd be a boy next to me and he I think his name was Nathan, and he'd pick and then just one day I think I just tapped him. It wasn't hard because I wasn't that strong, but I do understand why, and I don't want people to end up in trouble when really it should be the other people ending up in trouble. Now, my school did nothing about it. Basically, their whole thing when my parents went in was that they'd take me, I wouldn't have a lunchtime anymore, so they'd keep me in at lunch. That was their way of sorting it out. They weren't going to tell it. I'd already told the teachers about the girls. They did nothing. I told them that their older brother was involved. Nothing happened. So this school, I won't name its name, it doesn't deserve the publicity. It also advocates, maybe it's the wrong word, but my friend's brother was racistly was bullied for being black, and that again they did nothing about it. So I'm kind of think they're kind of like an advocate. They don't care, they like bullying, you know, they get off on it, they lie in their stats in the paper. So what is written in the paper about bullying is absolute bullshit, because obviously I knew the people that were bullied and the stats didn't include a few of us, so it was kind of like, yeah. Then my school's thing was to keep me in, which was complete and utter bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm swearing, I shouldn't really be, because there's going to be younger people watching this potentially and you need the help. But my school didn't help. Their idea was to keep me in at lunchtime, and then when my parents said no, she's not coming back, they lied to people at school and said I was coming back, and the reasons why I wasn't going to be there was because I beat someone up or something. But I still had a friend that went to this school, my best friend from when I was like tiny, and she used to tell me like all of this. So basically I was bullied for being nasty. Now I did do some things, not nasty, that I kind of think probably would have wound people up. Because I was a lesbian, yeah, I wasn't a lesbian, I had a boyfriend, and then like there was other reasons. But even if you are a lesbian, what's that? There's no reason to bully someone because they like girls. And it just so happened that these girls did get caught kissing or filmed themselves kissing and got caught kissing. So it's like, if you were lesbians, big deal, just like kind of be honest. But my school did nothing. My parents did all they could and it worked very well. I mean, I home taught myself, and then like I said, I went to the college. I know not everyone can afford it, but hopefully if you're going through this in your area, you know, hopefully there'll be people that can help, or better schools, because I didn't have that choice. I'm rambling, I'm super sorry. I'm going to post as many things as I can below to remember. There's people that can help you if you do take your children out of school. I can't remember them off the top of the head. It's like home education. They come and check you once a year. They're quite helpful. You're given a little card. So obviously I never got picked up because I looked way older than I did. But if your children aren't in school and they get picked up, you've got a little card and it says, I'm home educated, blah, 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 you have no right to blah, 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 and all of this. I don't know if they still do it, but I think it's for like a really tiny fee, but I'll try and find it and post it below. But I just want to urge people, don't let it get to the point where you're thinking that you don't want to live anymore, or that no one likes you, or that you're not worth it, because it's not true. In some cases it's jealousy, and in some cases it's people, they've got their own issues and they're putting it on you, and they want to take the piss out of you to make themselves feel better. But never lower yourself to their level. Don't backchat. Let them get on. They get bored really quickly. These girls now, I feel sorry for them. One of them's a mum. Well, I'm a mum, but one of them's a mum, and I think, well, your little girl, what if she ever got bullied and you can't say anything because you were doing it, and you know, who are you to say that it's wrong when you've done it? And I think I just feel sorry for them, to be honest. None of them can look me in the face, and I think it's a shame. If that was me, I would have said, right, yes, I was in the wrong and I shouldn't have done what I did, but I'm sorry for doing what I did, and I'm sorry for whatever like upset I caused you. But I don't think they ever think that one day that maybe I would have killed myself, and they don't care, or they didn't care. But maybe now they've grown up, maybe they will, maybe they'll see this and realise what they did. Maybe I had some part to play in it, but I don't think everyone does. Some people are the most nice people ever, never done anything wrong, and they get bullied to death, and I don't want that to happen. Equally, I want people to stop thinking it's okay to do it online, that it doesn't matter if it's online. It's worse. I think there's laws coming into play where you can be arrested and you can go to jail. It's not worth it. If you don't like someone, you don't like them, let them get on with it. If you think they're fat, they're fat. Whatever. Don't tell someone that you think that you wish they were dead, because you never know, they might actually do it, and you'll have that on your shoulders. I never want anyone to go through what that Megan went through, and I never want anyone to go through any type of bullying. I know it's going to happen, but I think, well, sadly it is going to happen, isn't it? Because some people never change and they go off on making other people feel bad about themselves. But I do urge you, if you are being bullied, to get help, and never ever think you aren't worth it.